What is going on, guys? This is Gibbs, and you have probably seen every single Rocket Pass video there has been by a billion of the YouTubers, spending all their keys, getting all the tiers. Well, I'm poor, and I am not going to be doing that, but I wanted to actually go through the numbers of the Rocket Pass. What exactly do you get with all of this money that you're spending, like the $10, and then you're leveling up throughout? Like, how many items are you actually getting? How many of them are in-game items compared to, like, titles and all that? So we're going to go by the numbers here for the Rocket Pass, and we'll explain as we go through what this all means. But let's get this started. If I am actually on the right tab. There we go. Okay, so first off, this is every single item in the pass by category. So there is a total of 99 items. There is 70 in the premium tier. That is one for every single tier. And then there is 29 free ones. So we get up to 99. So basically every other tier in the free category, you get a little something. So let's go over some of these items here. The cars, you only get them in the premium pass. You get 3. Boosts, same thing. You get 3. And we'll talk about something about those in a little bit. Toppers, you get 6 in the premium. You get 4 in the free. So a lot of different toppers there. Trails, you get 3 once again in the paid, but none in the free version. Wheels, you actually get 2 in the free, 8 in the premium, 9 decals in the premium, 4 in the free, 3 antennas and 3. We're splitting it up. Gold explosions 3, nothing in the free tier. We go over to titles, and this is the stuff that's not really in-game. Most of these items on the right side, like, none of this is really in-game. Everything on the left is in-game, and everything on the right, not really, except for paints and engines, I guess. You could say paints for sure. Engines, I guess you could say that too. So, titles, 12 different titles in this entire pass. Not really in-game items, but more on your player card, per se. Banners, there's 9 different types as well, so 6 premium, 3 free there. The paints in-game, you get 1 in the premium, 0 in the free. Engines, which is probably the most important, which we'll get to at the end. 3 in the premium, 0 in the free. Keys, you can only get keys in the premium pass. Now, there is an asterisk on this where you level the pass up to 70, but it continues after that, and we'll talk a little bit more about that later. But for keys, you can get a total of 10 keys, and that is, once you hit level 70, like, everything is, like, random painted or random certified, except for level 80, 90, 100, and 110. So every 10 levels, but it stops at 110. You can get 1 additional key on all those levels. So if basically, like, if you do a whole pass times 1.5 and you get up to, like, 110-ish, then you can pay for your whole Rocket Pass there. So that would be a total of 10 keys. Now, that would be a little bit faster. The later levels are actually faster in general because you're going to have all these XP boosts that are adding up, and they'll actually be faster to get compared to when you first start the Rocket Pass. So it'll be a little bit quicker than maybe the start of your Battle Pass, but it's still going to be a lengthy time. When we're talking about 100 hours to hit level 70, roughly by Sonic's terms. You would think another 30 to hit 110, probably. So 130 hours total there. Decryptors, you can get 6 in the free version. Now, of course, the free one you will always get, even if you have the premium tier as well. So don't forget about that. So you get 6 decryptors there as you level up. There's 10 different XP boosts, and that can be anything from a party boost. I believe there's 2 party boosts throughout. One early on for 10%, one later for 5%, like way at the end. What that means is when you're in a party, you just get 15 extra XP percentage. Not that everyone in your party gets that bonus. It's not like that. Like, it doesn't work like cross-pollinating. It's just, if you're in a party, you get that XP bonus on yourself. And then, of course, there's other XP bonuses as well for yourself. And if you buy premium, you start off with a 50% increase in your XP, and then there are some that are just like 10,000 XP bonus and all that stuff throughout. So then there's one avatar boner, only one. It's a cute little Octane, and it's in the free version as well. So everyone will be getting that if they can get that far into the Battle Pass. I believe that's one of the last ones in the 60s or somewhere around there. You can check in your own Rocket League game. We're talking about numbers here. So that's all the stuff in the pass, but we're going to get into a little bit more of the unique stuff. So upgradable category is what I'm going to call this. This one's kind of interesting because what they decided to do, Sonics, is they have items that kind of upgrade as you go through the Rocket Pass, and you get better versions of those items. And we put better in quotes here because you might like an earlier version because it's a little bit more simple. But I think for a lot of people, they're probably only going to rock the last version, the most like flamboyant or the most like extreme version of the item. So let's talk about that a little bit. So the cars, there's 3 in the premium, and that is the Maverick, but it's basically only one car. They're just slightly modified, and of course it's a lot cooler like as it goes on, but you're probably only going to use the last one. So that is one unique car there. Boost, same thing. There's only one unique type. Toppers, there's 2 unique types. The interesting thing here is actually the free version, there's 4 unique toppers. All the toppers are unique there. So you actually get more unique toppers in the free version. Now, of course, you still get these in the premium, so don't forget that. Don't be thinking that if you're in premium that you don't get these items. That's not how any of this works. But I just thought something like this was a little interesting. Trails, again, only 1 unique when there's 3. Wheels, only 2 unique. They actually have 4 tiers on the wheels, so there's 8 wheels total in this package, but you get 2 unique. And then antennas, there's 1 unique. Goal explosion, there's 1 unique as well. And again, for both of those items, wheels and antennas, like antennas, there's actually 3 unique in the free version and 2 unique wheels in the free version as well. Now, of course, those wheels are usually not as cool per se, but there you have it. So totaling it all up, there's 29 premium items that get reduced down if you're planning on using only the latest version, or if you only want to use one of the versions, because you're probably not going to be flipping back and forth on it. 29 of those items get reduced down to 9. So you lose basically 20 items per se in your Rocket Pass, and you get down to 50 items. I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing. It's kind of cool that you get an upgradable item, but just trying to put this into perspective of like the items you'll actually be using would then be reduced to 50, and we'll do some math to go back and see what the other items are that you might want to change around as well. For the free version, there's 9 items, and they're all unique, so that actually matches the premium items. Just there is no upgradable portion for that. So we'll move on from there, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. Decals, I threw in paint here as well. Paint is basically a decal at some point. There is 1 premium paint. Universal, there's 1 premium and 1 free. The free is actually at level 70, so it's going to take a little while to get there. But 2 universal decals is great. Love to see it. Octane only gets 2 in this decal pack. 1 premium and 1 free. The Maverick, which you would expect to get a lot, and obviously they're all in premium because that's where you get the car. There's 4. The interesting one here is the X-Devil actually gets 2 decals. Like, does anyone use the X-Devil? Maybe they have numbers that people actually use that car. I don't know. Breakout gets 1, Dominus gets 1, and Merc in the free tier, baby. Everyone gets to enjoy the Merc. That gets 1 decal as well. I believe that's it, right? Yeah, because then I'm back to my roster move stuff that I talked about earlier. But going back to the upgradable category here. So we get reduced down the premium tier to 50 items here. And then if we go back even further, if we go back to this, there's XP items. So that gets reduced down by another 10. So we're down to 40 items in the premium tier. If you take out the keys as well, then you're down to 34 items. Now, of course, like this pass pays for itself, so it's fantastic. But we're just trying to get down the items here. So, like if you take the keys out, you're down to 34 items, and that's where we'll keep it because everything else is usable here or there. But I just wanted to see what exactly it looks like. So basically, you cut it in half, and you'll get unique items that you'll probably use. I don't see a lot of people switching off between the different like upgradable levels of the items, but maybe they will. Like, let me know if you think that you're like, hey, I'm feeling only upgrade number 3 on the wheels instead of upgrade number 4, but I use upgrade number 4 as well too, so who knows. But these are just the numbers. The pass is great though. I love it. It's super cool that we basically get a bunch of new items that like if you pay in early and you actually play a lot of Rocket League anyway, like it pays for itself. And then the coolest thing probably in this whole thing, which I forgot to mention, which I should have mentioned earlier on, but all these unique items, there's only 9, but all 9 of these can be painted and certified. So that'll happen after tier number 70. It basically flips back and forth fourth. I can't talk today. It goes like tier 71 is painted, tier 72 is a random certified, random painted, random certified, and it keeps going throughout that chain. But they can double up, so it can be a certified and painted, and you will never get the same exact item twice until you've gotten every single item that is painted and certified in all those categories. So that is really cool that you get a ton of new painted versions of all these items, and that doesn't include, obviously, the unique stuff on the free side. It's only the upgradable items, and it's always upgradable number 4 or number 3. Whatever is the highest upgrade is the one that gets painted. So if you don't like using the highest one, well, too bad. You better like that color because you can only get painted of the highest version of that. So that does obviously increase the items back up. We went down to 34, but if you want certain painted ones, then you get to customize basically your loadout with whatever painted versions those are. And keep in mind, guys, all of these items are tradable. And if you want a certain painted item and you cannot play a ton of Rocket League, just wait till after the Rocket Pass is over. There is going to be a ton of these painted items on the market, and you could probably get it for pretty cheap. But don't buy now. Wait until the end and buy then. Because even if you get only one, like level 71, like in that pro tier, you might get the item you want. So then you won't have to spend any keys. But you could easily probably find it on the market for relatively cheap, unless you want something extreme. But you should be able to find it relatively cheap. So at the end of the day, we have 34 items that are unique in the premium pass out of the 70. But then, of course, a bunch of those, or 9 of those, can be painted all different colors. And that's all I got for you guys. I just wanted to throw out the numbers instead of just showing off all the items. But there is one item that I must show off because, honestly, it's the best item. And there's one thing that every single one of these passes needs. And we need Motor Mouth 2, Motor Mouth 3, Motor Mouth 4. Every single Rocket Pass needs to have a different version of Motor Mouth. And that'll be fantastic. As we hear it here, you'll probably hear the music more than it, but you're probably better off. And this is how we are going to send off, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. And thank you, Silence, for making an awesome Rocket Pass. This has been Rocket Pass by the Numbers. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I will see you at RLCS this weekend. I need to get this voice nice and crisp for the weekend, so I'm going to go rest. I'll catch you guys later.